Students, now we are going to solve 3-machine problem of sequencing in the lesson assignment problem and sequencing. A publisher produces 5 books on mathematics. The books have to go through composing, printing and binding done by 3 machines P, Q and R. The time schedule for the entire task in proper unit is as follows. Determine the optimum time required to finish the entire task. The table is given, the time that is in units given, the particular unit is not given, so we use it as units only. 4 units, 9 units, etc. And this is a 3-machine problem, so we know the procedure. We have to convert this, for getting the sequence we have to convert this 3-machine problem into a 2-machine problem by considering the minimum of P, that is the minimum timings of machine P is 4 and maximum timings of machine Q, that is 6, and minimum timings of machine R is equal to 6 units. So the condition minimum of R greater than or equal to maximum of Q is satisfied. We have 2 conditions, any one should be satisfied. Here the second condition is satisfied, so we can convert this 3-machine problem into a 2-machine problem. Now we consider 2 fictitious machines G and H such that G is equal to P plus Q, that is the timings of G is obtained by adding the timings of P and Q, and H is equal to Q and R, that is the timings of H is obtained by adding the timings of Q and R. So the problem is now reduced into a 2-machine problem, that is books on A, B, C, D, E and machine G and machine H, and the timings are calculated according to these equations. Now we follow the steps of the 2-machine problem, that is minimum timings of machine G and machine H we will take, and 8, it is 8 in this table. So this value is corresponding to the book C on machine H, that is the second machine. So we have to place this job from last. So we have to remove this, the column containing C from the table. So the problem is now reduced into book A, B, D, E. C is not there in this, and we have to follow the next step. Now we find the minimum values of the timings of machine G and H. Here it is 9, which is corresponding to books A, D and E on machine G. So the books A, D and E can be placed in the first 3 columns and the remaining book B can be placed in the second last in the sequence. So we have different sequences as there are 3 books in the first that is on machine G. So we can arrange them in different order, A, D, E or A, E, D or D, A, E, D, E, A or E, A, D, E, D, A, and the machine B, that is the book B, is placed in the second last if it is fixed. So we can consider any one of these sequences. So we consider the optimal sequence A, D, E, B, C, that is first one only. Using the sequence A, D, E, B, C, we can calculate the total elapsed time for all the 3 machines P, Q, R. Now we have to consider the given machines P, Q, R after getting the sequence. Now the sequence is A, D, E, B, C, and we write the timings for machine P, Q, R here so that we can calculate this in out time easily. Now in time of the first machine should be 0, and according to the time required we will write the out time of this machine. That is, here it is machine P require 4 units, that is 0 plus 4, and then it can start the next job, that is D, from that 4 units time. So 4 plus 6 units required for completing the job. So 4 plus 6 10, and again next one can start at 10 10, and 5 units required for completing that job. 10 plus 5 15, like that we can finish the entire process on machine P, and the time required, total time required for machine P is 32 units time. Okay, now we can consider machine Q. Here the out time of P is 4, so immediately it can be transferred to machine Q. The job can be transferred to the machine Q in that 4 unit time. So 4, and how much time Q require for completing the job for job A? 5 units. So 5 plus 4 9, and then it is transferred to machine R in that 9 unit time, and 9 plus 8 units time required for completing the job A on machine R. So 9 plus 8 17, and then again go back to Q. Q, it is finished, it has already finished in 9 minutes, but it cannot start the next because it is 9, and the first the job D is under process in 9 unit. It is not finished by the machine P. So Q will get a 1 unit time for rest. So 10, after 10 machine P will stop that processing of job D, then it is transferred to Q, and Q will start at 10 and 3 units are required for completing this job. So 10 plus 3 13, and immediately it cannot be given to this machine R, because it is that is immediately machine R cannot start this job D, because the first job is not finished here. So in 17 unit time only it is finished, so it can start the next job at 17 only. And how much time required for that? 7 unit. So 17 plus 7 24. This way we finish the entire process of all the jobs on 3 machines. The total processing time required is equal to 51 units. That is the total elapsed time. Capital T is equal to 51 units. Now we can calculate the idle time for machine P. Machine P finishes the all the jobs, processing of all the jobs in 30-second unit time. So 51 minus 32, that is equal to 19 units. That is, after 32 unit time till 51, machine P did not have any work. So 19 units idle time machine P is getting, that is to take rest. Now idle time for machine Q, that is total elapsed time minus sum of the processing times of all jobs on Q. And in Q, machine Q is getting in between, there are some resting time, that is additional resting time in each stage, that is after each job Q is getting some resting time. So these are the resting time, that is in the after first job it is getting 4 units, after second job it is getting 1 unit to rest, similarly 2 5 and 2. So after the calculation we are getting 31 units is the idle time for machine Q, and idle time for machine R only 9 units, that is in the beginning, that is while processing the first job by the machine P and Q, machine R is at rest. So it is not working these 9 units time. So 9 units is the idle time for machine R. Now next lesson we will start in the next video. Thank you.